I feel like the big theme of this season is that Emily is really facing issues of fame and notoriety. And does she want it? Does she not want it? How would you kind of describe her journey that she goes on in season two?
I mean, the journey is trying to find and those the answers to those questions that you sort of just threw out there. It's, what's going to happen if my life goes from being in the corner of my bedroom at this tiny desk with one reader, right, of my poems to possibly the world. Emily, again, is searching for the answers to what is fame exactly.
I don't want to disappear from this earth without anybody knowing who I am.
What is the meaning of that? What determines that? Am I opening myself up to a world of judgment? And all this sort of self-doubt comes over her. She's never, ever had an issue with sitting down and writing. And suddenly she's just like overtaken and consumed by this idea of fame and attention. And it's something she's always thought she wanted. And we sort of imagine that like that's something she must want, right?
Sometimes when I write, I lose control.
You're about to become world famous overnight.
And so it's just sort of this crazy back and forth roller coaster ride of her trying to figure out what the heck she really wants.
Do you at all relate to her struggles with fame?
I don't know if I necessarily relate to her struggles, but I did find myself challenged this season in finding the answers to these questions because I'd never really asked myself them before. Fame is never really something I have felt like I've had to deal with, accepted it for what it is. It kind of comes with the territory. I just feel so lucky I get to do what I love. I found myself like not having the answers to a lot of the questions she was looking for, therefore just made me think about it in ways I hadn't before.
Only you would show up at a party looking like a wreck. I'm not here for the party.
Fans love, and also I love, Emily and Sue's relationship.
Yeah.
Of course, now we have Sue. She's married. How do you feel like we're going to see their relationship play out in season two, or how would you describe their relationship in season two?
Oh, it's messy and it's heartbreaking and it's beautiful and confusing. Sue has had quite the transformation between season one and season two. And, we sort of pick up with them in a place where Sue is living this life where she's just kind of deflecting. Suddenly she's gone from wearing one color to wearing every color, being introverted to, making people think that she's now extroverted. She's throwing these parties, but she's really deep down dealing with what we find out in season two. And she's pushing Emily away from her. And Emily is confused and feels like, well, there's a good reason behind it, but do I trust her intentions? But their relationship is as complicated and as beautiful as ever in season two. So I'm really excited to watch it play out.
Oh, what did you think of my poems? Tell me. I loved them.
How would you say that season two is sexier than season one?
Our characters are now in their mid-20s and they're just in a different light. This whole season is elevated and the scope of it feels so much bigger. And there are things that we get into this season that we sort of maybe touched on in season one and we go there this time.
Part of me is pretty sure that fame isn't good for me. In fact, I think it could be very dangerous.
What is it like going from a period comedy to an action-packed Hawkeye set where you play Kate Bishop?
It couldn't be more different, but it's a fun change of pace. I love what I do so much for that reason. I'm in one world one day and a completely different one the next. But it's been so fun to have this opportunity creatively and just having lived in this world of Dickinson that I'm so thankful I get the opportunity to go back to, because I get to take a step back and think, in my own time, just obviously about the character and about the progression of things, and to be able to walk away and sort of enter a new headspace and then come back with a fresh outlook, I feel like is just amazing as an artist to have the opportunity to do that. But I'm honored to be involved in both projects.
What about Kate are you excited to bring to the screen? What about your version will surprise fans? I guess?
I mean, I'm just so excited as I am in the process of developing her. I'm working with some incredible filmmakers that are helping me bring her to life. I can't wait for people just to see how we are interpreting this character through the comics, and in our own sort of ways. She's such a badass. There's no denying that. She's so smart and witty and quick, and her physical ability to do so many things is through the roof. It's tested me, and it's kept me going through quarantine. I will say it's given me a reason to stay with it. But I'm just very excited as I continue developing her, to see sort of how we come up with it all.